And we are officially live. Hello to all the internet out there, and welcome back to the NXTilosos, the sexiest NXT review show out there on the internet. My name is Mikey. I am joined by the Bleat Father himself, Kiltman, and welcome
Ah,
to where this is a show we talk about NXT our way. Because why? Because this is our show and not yours.
wait, we're called now?
Not to rip off Katya and Trixie, but
Okay. I thought I thought we were doing a Monty Python reference, and I was gonna go no, smack in the throat, no,
what
as in the sound of surprise, like ooh.
we are now known as onomatopoeia.
Clap, clap.
Clap, clap. But hello, welcome. We are here to talk about the Tuesday, May 19th edition of NXT, in which we had a certain Pleat Father. You know, I'm still confused. I'm pretty sure he went, but it was very quiet. No, he did not. Okay, never mind. Um,
No, I didn't get home till so I left work late. I didn't get home till almost 5 o'clock. By the time I gotten showered, changed, and headed over there, by the time I would get to Full Sail, they would have already been cutting off the transportation, possibly.
fair.
So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go in 2 weeks.
Alrighty, so we both watched it at home. We got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to keep this intro brief. We go live pretty much most of the time every week, especially on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We do some stuff on Mondays and Thursdays, and this weekend's going to be a busy one because I can't speak for my other constituents, but I will be going live Saturday and Sunday. Saturday for Saturday night's main event, and Sunday for AEW's Double or Nothing. So this is gonna be fun. We have social media at BC WrestlePod. We have merchandise, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com. Link in the description of these videos now. And then, of course, we have a coffee bot that helps us pay for these pay-per-views and streaming services. So yeah, and that little coffee bot will be popping up ever so shortly. So that is very, very fun. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the username, but yes, WWE can be fun, and I do love it. Specifically NXT.
That's Marshmallow.
Marshmallow. My
Hello,
brain
Marshmallow
hurts.
PK. Welcome. Yes, we like WWE. We love NXT. Oops, all right.
Which is
My
all
bad.
good. So let's just jump into it because we got a lot to talk about. I miss Jeff Hardy.
Me too.
I don't because I get to see him every Friday when I cover TNA.
Okay, fine. Rub it in our faces, why not?
I will. Uh. Anyways, let's get this going because this was a really fun show. I really did like this, and I think now we officially established you'd be like, okay, these are the new crop of NXT stars that are going to be carrying us for the foreseeable future, and I'm okay with that. So let's just jump into everything, shall we? So again, we are covering the Tuesday, May 19th edition of NXT, and we kick things off with our tag team match. So we have our NXT champion and men and our men's North American NXT North American champion Miles Bourne and Tony D'Angelo taking on the team of Cam Hendricks, who has recently just been, I'm assuming, called up from Evolve, and of course our new signing as of last week, Mr. Mason Rook. I almost called him Will Cruz. That's not his name here in NXT, so I got to
Yeah.
make the switch, which I will. So I was very excited to see. Uh, I was excited to see this match on paper. I think this. I was anticipating it. I wasn't expecting it to open the show, but I wasn't going to complain. I did like this. Of course, Tony and Miles are really good. They're champions for a reason. Of course, I'm a big fan of Mason Rook, as I've always been. So yeah. So yes, Kilt.
Okay, so Marshmallow brings up a funny point. Um, I forgot his name again.
Why does the first guy look like LaMelo Ball?
Yeah. And
Uh,
I had to Google LaMelo Ball. I'm like, oh, that's hilarious.
I knew what they were referencing, and I was like, he does. Cam Hendricks does look like LaMelo Ball. It's hilarious. So again, I really like this match. Now, very interesting in terms of the finish because Tavion comes out and Tavion has some beef with people, and Tavion inadvertently cost Tony and Miles the match.
Not inadvertently.
Not inadvertently, he did cost them the match, but then also too because Mason Rook had the pin, and then Cam Hendricks handed himself in to steal the pin, which would come to bite Cam later in the butt later on in the evening. So your winners is Cam Hendricks and Mason Rook over Tony D'Angelo and Miles Bourne.
Yup.
Yeah. So yeah, fun match to open the show. And we'll be talking about everybody involved here because there was some stuff. Let's keep this going.
Yes, because I want to say something about Tavion and later.
Later.
Because I have an idea of a thought. Because this was interesting.
Yo, Dion looked like he'd be plotting here, and I think this is where he makes the decision of whatever. Fast forwarding to our main event, I think this is where he makes the decision that should they not win, he's got a plan. But Dark State are talking about how they're gonna get these NXT tag titles back, and for a moment, I was rooting for you boys.
All right, so because we are going to be talking about AAA soon, I love Mr. Iguana.
In 2 weeks.
I'm so excited.
In 2 weeks, we will be covering AAA here at BC WrestlePod, and we will be starting with Las Grandes de Noches, which is really, really fun. And then also, you will see me because MLW decided to announce, hey, they're bringing back their weekly shows on Saturdays. So I'm like, well, let's see what we can do about that. But me personally, Mr. Iguana is fantastic, but I'm a big Psycho Clown person. And I'm very interested what's going on with them as the tag champs with Psycho Clown and Pagano and the War Raiders and just everybody involved down there. So good stuff for sure. But yeah, Dark State here, they talk about how they go get this titles back. And it is at this point that Dion Lennox made a decision that he was going to do something about it should they not win. Spoiler alert, they do not, and they do something, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But after this backstage segment, we get an in-ring segment. Kalani girl, I love you. I truly do. But I am tired of this whiny character. Be like, woe is me. Like, I'm better than everybody. I should be getting these title shots. And I get it. This segment is here to exist because Lola has lots of challengers coming her way. Of course, she has Kalani, she has Kendall Gray, she got Izzy Dame. My favorite part is when Ren Sinclair was just like, you thought, and just jump Kalani, which I loved. But I was just like, okay, it sets up, future challengers and continuing storylines. But I was like, it was fine.
Oh, so someone made a comment when I was Marshmallow. Yes, we did like when Paige came back, but we're gonna focus on NXT for right now. But there was someone did make a comment about Mason Rook looking like Bronson Reed, and I'm like, yeah, if you mix him with JBL.
Bronson Reed is in a Kiwi and he's also indigenous, so I'm like, I'm not gonna touch that one with the 5-foot pole.
Yeah, that's why I said if you took Bronson Reed's frame, put JBL's mentality, like kind of like I would say a little bit of obviously his skin color and the jowls of him. There you go. Maybe. Yeah.
We're talking about that because this was a thing, and I was like, it was fine.
I didn't like it. I didn't like again. I'm kind of annoyed. It's just she's coming off whiny,
Character-wise, it's not working out. I like her. I just don't like the character. So, yeah. I did like Ren sneak attacking Kalani. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. Then again, I think one of my... Hi, Nick!
Nick, hold up. I'm going to put you up in the screen. Give me a sec. I got you. There we go. Bam. What's up, Nick? My favorite, well, one of my favorite bald folks out there on the wrestling internet. I couldn't say my favorite because then Kilt would get jealous. Kilt is my favorite bald man for NXT. Will's my favorite bald man for CMLL.
Okay. I'm glad you started specifying because there's a lot of us in this team that are bald, yourself included and Nick included.
Excuse me. Yes, I shaved my head, but I still have the propensity to grow my hair out in 2 weeks if I wanted to.
Then do it.
I did, and it's uncomfortable during the summer, trust me.
Yes, I know.
Kilt, I'm his favorite bald man. Sorry you had to find out this way.
I will fight you, Nick. Marshmallow, there's a lot of people in NXT. There's too many to go over. You got Lola Vice currently on the screen. Lola Vice, Izzy Dame, Kendall Gray, Kalani Jordan. There's so many people.
Check out their roster page. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of
So again, we're setting up stuff for Lola to do. Lola's also going to be busy because she has a match coming up at Los Grandes de Noches, where she is teaming up with La Catalina and Bailey to take on Las Toxicas, which I'm excited for. This is going to be great. Anywho, let us keep this ball rolling. Oh, Marshmallow, you might not be seeing it because Nick is chatting on the YouTube, or at least on the computer, and you are commenting via Yo Mobile. Because we got 2 different vertical formats going, y'all. It's great. All right, let's keep this going, though.
This was unnecessary.
Layla Diggs is quote unquote taking a dig at Jada, and Jada's like, "All right, fight me," and she's like, "Bet." So they gonna fight next week. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that was fun.
Jada needs to whoop some ass because I love her, but I'm tired of seeing her lose recently. Shut up, Nicholas. How dare you besmirch Los Toxicas? They are fantastic. Love them. Also, La Catalina's probably taking that title from Flammer coming up very, very soon, but we shall see.
Well, Marshmallow, there's 2 reasons why we're able to say a lot of the Spanish words very fluently. 1, Mikey's Spanish. 2, I learned Spanish in high school, and pronunciation is actually very important. And so that, and also I hear him say it, so I mimic him. I'm a fucking parrot.
Yes, he is. Raw, Kilt one cracker.
Exactly.
So Jada and Layla are going to be fighting next week. I'm like, party, let's go.
All right. Before Nick gets to it, I have to say it. Mikey's Polly. I'm the cracker.
Oh my gosh, you're son of... Nick's like,
I volunteer as tribute. I want to hang out with my favorite people. Like freaking Mike Rome, the announcer. Oh, they do have a backstage person. I forgot her name. She's relatively new.
I like her. After last week's sit down with, OTM, I do enjoy her. Love it. Alrighty, we keep this rolling though, because after this, with this image, I volunteer as tribute. Down, boy. Down, Nicholas. Down. No.
First off, let's remember Miss Parker is currently dating Jay Uso. Yeet.
Allegedly.
And Thea Hale is dating Willem in Evolve.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly. Even if it's fact, and they are. I say allegedly because I'm not trying to get canceled out here.
Wait. Okay, so Jada and Jay, that's alleged. Thea and Willem is confirmed because she says it all the damn time on those live streams.
Thea just has no chill, and I love it.
Oh my god, it's so much fun.
All right, so let's keep this going, though. Tristan Angels is gonna make me very upset and annoyed, and I'm here for it.
He is frustratingly annoying. And to answer Marshmallow's question, yes, we do have a dog. His name's Nick Teodoro.
Wow. That's crazy. So this was a fun enough match between Tristan and I want to say Romeo Moreno, but that's not it. It's not Romeo, it's Romero. I was like, just call him Romeo, formerly known as Zozaya from Spain. So very interesting. And honestly, I'm kind of here if Tristan feuds with Noam Dar of all people. So this is gonna be good. Is he the new NXT Kit Wilson?
No,
Um
he
oh,
wants to be so bad, but no.
guys, not every flamboyant British person is trying to come from Pretty Deadly's gig. Okay, it's not their fault. So this was a fine enough match between Tristan and I'm gonna call him Romeo. I don't care. So Romeo Moreno, and I love it. So that's ooh man, Kilt Wilson. That's his new name. No, stop it. We're done. Tristan wins. Moving on. All right. Very interesting developments here. First of all, we start off with Tatum and Lola talking to each other, which I was like, yes, girl, we love them. I love them interaction together. And Lola literally asked Tatum, be like, girl, how did like Izzy's annoying. How did you manage to deal with her for so long? And Izzy's just like, you just gotta beat her up and then call it a day, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Nickel is. Kilt Wilson and Mikey Prince. We are the NXTilosos pretty deadly now, apparently.
Pretty baldly.
Pretty baldly, I will say. Speaking of bald, not really. Uh the girls are talking, and then Tony and Miles come out and they talk. So this is all our current, champions right now. So this is gonna be crazy. But Tony is not happy with Miles, and Tony tells Miles that Tavion needs to steer clear away from him, otherwise they're gonna be some problems. I'm like, Tavion, you got some splaining to do, which he doesn't. But hey, you know what? I'm here for the ride.
And no, Marshmallow, it is Tatum Paxley. Nothing to do with Jason Tatum at all.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. Oh yes, gimme, heck yes.
First off, let's do the most important thing and congratulate this beautiful man on the right, Naroko. A very happy congratulations on your wedding to Io Sky.
They waited 10 years to get married. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? They were busy, and I love it for both of them. It's because
the hair is up. That's
yeah,
why. The only
that is
reason
why.
the hair is up. Because I thought so too.
I also find it that I love what I loved about this is that Naraku, formerly known as Evil, he tells Tony that Evil will come for Tony one way or another. I'm like, I see what you did there. You played on
Yeah.
your name in New Japan. We loved it. So Tony also got some people coming after him for this title. I was like, this is gonna be interesting. Is he that big? In regards to Tony's size, I don't know. I've actually
I think so.
I would say so. I mean, the last time I saw Tony was live at an NXT show was when I went to Stand and Deliver like 3 years ago when it was in LA. Um, but I would say so. I think he's getting there at least. So anyways, so Tony has got Tavion running around somewhere. He has Naraku coming after him too. So Mason Rook has also made his intentions known. So Tony got his hands full over the next couple of months with a bunch of these challengers.
Hold on one second.
Mhm.
Marshmallow. So Raw and SmackDown is what we refer to as main roster WWE, the flagship shows. NXT is their minor league basically. It's where a lot of the talent comes to after Evolve and intellect development and all their processing from coming in for being a rookie. It is perfectly okay. We'll educate you as best we can. NXT is basically where people go to get polished, they get refined, they get set up to become Trick Williams and get brought up. Trick Williams was here and in NXT for the longest time. Same with Obafemi, same with Charlotte Flair, Bailey,
Javon Evans,
everybody.
Ethan Page,
Hendry.
Joe Hendry, yeah. Oh, you were a backyard wrestler? Hell yes.
Craziness. I know a few of y'all. Insane.
Insane in the
my friend has always been insane.
Fair point. So, all right, let's keep going because we got a show to still talk about. I don't know what's going on in the waters, but Tatum Paxley continues to impress me with new things she learns and the things that she is able to do with Lizzie Rain. The step up in Seguri that she was able to hit on Lizzie when Lizzie was coming and jumping like through the ropes was so much fun. This was a really fun, fantastic match. Of course, NXT Women's North American, Tatum Paxley defending the title against Lizzie Rain. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I loved it. Loved both of them. Baller.
This was great. 100% no notes. Perfection. Lizzie's coming up. She needs a little bit of work on her mic skills, but that's it. Mm-hmm. Like everything flowed. Everything so far has been
the great. Character, the presentation, the wrestling is fantastic, and I loved it. And of course, post match though, Zarya comes out and she lays out both Lizzie and Tatum. So Zarya is coming after that Women's North American Championship, which I'm okay with, and I love that. Tatum has been fighting with Blake Monroe and Izzy for the last couple of months. So Tatum versus Zarya would be interesting because now Tatum has a really big hill that she needs to climb over if she wants to remain as a champion, because Zarya is not going to let her and is not going to make it easy for her. And I live. Anyways. Ren Sinclair apologizes for attacking Kalani, and she gets a match next week with Kendall just being there, be like, girl, what are we doing? So Ren and Kalani is made for next week. That is pretty much the synopsis of this picture. We shall carry on. Because, guys, Tate Wilder died, and he bled for us as well.
Dude, that was like, holy shit. I looked down to check something, and then I looked back up, and his eyes cut open. I'm like, what the fuck?
But that was his ass crazy.
Ended to him.
That was crazy that his eye got cut open, but it made it even better because Keanu Carver kicked Tate Wilder's butt. Like, this was such a decisive victory for Keanu Carver, honestly. Tate's really fun. I actually do like Tate Wilder. I was just like, if he's going to continue to get his butt whooped every single week, but like be not annoying, I'm here for it.
We see you, Marshmallow. I kind of see it, but I don't at the same time.
Maybe like in a different universe.
No, maybe the Grayson Walker, but in all honesty, definitely there's no Eddie there.
Nah, I don't think so either. Anywho, let's keep going. Keanu Carver whooped Tate Wilder 3 minutes. Yeah. Moving on. Okay. Whatever Shiloh Hill is doing now is gold. Like, he's now trying to become Mr. NXT after having a conversation with with Tristan Angels. And it seems that Tristan and Shiloh Hill are on a collision course. And so Shiloh, for the whole entirety of this episode of NXT, has been walking around trying to get votes to become Mr. NXT. And so he runs into Birthright, who Miss Ariana Grace, a former Miss NXT, is like, no, you are not Mr. NXT. And Charlie Dempsey is done with the shenanigans, so he challenges Shiloh to the to a match next week.
Marshmallow, that's not Dean Ambrose. That's Charlie Dempsey. That is
William Regal's kid.
Yeah. And we see the chat. We'll respond as soon as we can. It's just we want to get through some of our bits and what we have to say first, and then we'll kind of roll it out. So just please please have some patience.
Please and thank you. Anyways, so Shiloh and Charlie Dempsey is set for next week. And once we come back from backstage area, we get to the in-ring where Cam Hendricks talks his smack. So LaMelo Ball 2.0 comes out and he talks about how it was imperative and he got the decisive victory. Downplays Mason Rook because technically Mason won this match for them. It's just Cam got in the ring and, decided to be selfish. And so Mason Rook just destroyed Cam, and I'm like, baller, love that, fantastic. Cam's gonna be annoying, but like in the best way possible. And Mason Rook is cool. I like Mason Rook. He's cool. Alrighty. Next week, we have a bunch of stuff scheduled because that's the way that the world works here. So Lola Vice will be defending her NXT Women's Championship next week against Izzy Dame. We're getting Ren Sinclair versus Kalani Jordan. And then, even though it wasn't too big of a segment, we are getting another men's speed championship tournament to determine who will be facing Lexis King for the WWE Men's Speed Championship. And so our first match is going to be Super Sean Legacy versus Mr. Dorian Von Dukes. Which, Dorian, I love you. Plus, sir, did we lose our shirt? Like, what happened? I was like, he just showed up. I was like, where is your shirt, bro? During that segment with Super Sean Legacy. Also, it's funny that Dorian can speak English and French and all kinds of other languages. It is a lot of fun. But we're getting Sean Legacy and Dorian Von Dukes next week. Should be a fun show. Looking forward to that match and everything else we got scheduled. Now, listen, I've said this on multiple occasions. The Vanity Project boys annoy the crap out of me in terms of their character. But hot damn, this was a really good main event. I really love this match. I was like, oh my God, tag team divisions. I love you. This is a really fun tag team championship match. I think, of course, the Vanity Project boys leaning into their shenanigans was fun, but they are also really good wrestlers. Dion and Saquon are really good as a team too. And I honestly thought for a hot minute that Saquon and Dion would pick up the win, and I was rooting for the Dark State boys to take the tag titles. But it is not to be so because the Vanity Project boys retain the NXT Tag Team Champions, and Kilt, the votes have been cast, and Dark State has ousted Saquon Sugars from the group. Also, I'm mad that Candy got destroyed in the process. That is a waste. But Saquon is out of Dark State, and I'm low-key kind of excited.
Okay, so normally his Vic's bowl of candy is like half to a quarter that size. It's usually just like a smaller one, not a whole fucking thing. I think they loaded him up just for this spot because they were going to drop sugars through the table. They wanted all the sugar to go flying. But I think, okay, so here's what I was alluding to earlier. Saquon and Tavion should team up and just wreck house on everybody who betrayed them. Just tear through it all. Just go full fuck you.
I would be here for Saquon and Tavion to be a tag team. And I've said this on multiple occasions. Of everyone in Dark State, my favorite, of course, because I'm familiar with some of his work on the independent scene, but Saquon Sugars is one of my favorite folks. And I'm really excited to see what NXT does with him now that he's been ousted. Of course, he's probably going to want to get revenge against Dion and Osiris and Cutler here. But I am also ready for Saquon to become a single star and start going after them championships because I think Saquon as a babyface is going to be really good for NXT because he has the charisma, he's got the skills, and I'm really putting my stock in Saquon. I think he's really good, and I'm excited to see what's next for him now that he's a single star by himself.
Yeah, I agree. When it comes to personality and mic work and all that, Saquon led that group.
Mm-hmm.
It just obviously the token white guy is not the best at most of anything, and so that's why they gave him the fucking goofy what the fuck are you saying, bro lines. But
He's being sus.
yeah, yeah, he's saying the shit that I clipped for other streamers just to make them feel like, why did I use that word choice? But yeah, this is going to be interesting. And I'm excited to see what Saquon does. Maybe get that Saquon coin back. But yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited for this.
No. So obviously, I'm pretty sure that Saquon is going to want to get revenge. So that's going to be the first feud for Saquon as a single star, like especially against Dion. But I'm excited to see where Saquon goes. And that, my bald headed pleat father friend, is the end of our NXT. That is NXT this week. This was really fun. It's really nice when I could just sit down and watch NXT and I'm like, I'm enjoying almost everything that I'm watching. Tristan Angels annoys me, but I'm excited though for him too because I was like, NXT, thank you for just giving us whatever you can think of, and I enjoy Tuesdays. I look forward to it every single night. So, of course, we'll be back next week to talk about another episode of NXT, which is going to be the May 26th edition of NXT. But we still have a whole bunch of stuff coming up this week. This is our kind of prelude into the summer season because summer is going to be jam packed with some fun stuff. So, tomorrow, later on tonight, me and Papa Oso, who is finally making his return and re-debuting on the CMLL show. We signed him to another multi-year contract here at BC WrestlePod, so I am excited to have Papa Oso come back and talk some lucha libre with me. So that is tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern. Friday night, we have our TNA post show where I and the other Will, not Papa also Will, but Radio Will, we will be talking about TNA as we are inching ever so closer to our next pay-per-view for TNA, which is Slammiversary coming up, in which they made the announcement that every single TNA championship will be on the line in some capacity at Slammiversary. So I'm excited. Then Saturday and Sunday, you get a double dose of watch alongs on two different companies. Saturday, we will be here, or at least I will be here at least, to do a live watch along and Kilt, and possibly our friends Matt and Sean of If We Had the Pencil podcast. Not Nick, though, because he said he's unavailable. How dare he?
Yeah. Boo, Nick. Let's all boo Nick for not joining us for the fun. Boo.
So we will be doing
like 5 minutes when he texted me. So boo.
I know. So we will be doing a live watch along for Saturday night's main event on Saturday. And then on Sunday, Benny and I will be doing a live watch along for AEW's Double or Nothing, which our predictions video will be coming out that morning. And we recorded it last night. So we have our predictions locked in and we're good to go. But we got it's fun stuff here at BC WrestlePod, and just find something that you love and tune in because we appreciate interacting with all of y'all. But we got to get up on out of here, so thank you so much for tuning in to the NXTilosos post show. We will be back at the same time, same place next Wednesday to talk about another exciting episode of NXT. So until then, from all of us here at the BC WrestlePod to you watching at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. I'll see you later for CMLL in a couple hours, but until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.